Hi and welcome to BooksBeautyKendra. I'm Kendra and I'm surrounded by books, honestly. So you may have caught the video at the start of the year where I said I'm going to go on a low buy for books. It didn't really happen. I've got quite a lot of books, not all pertaining to the rules that I set for myself, but here we are. Okay. And do you like the top? Oh, it's a vest, but it's cute. It's cute. I like it. Okay. Let's get into it. So, the first category of books are, I'm going to say secondhand books. Some I bought secondhand, some were given to me by friends that were theirs, now are mine, that I'm going to be forced to read. I'm just joking, I want to read them anyways, but like one of the series I wasn't on my big radar to read. Like I knew about it, but I didn't really want to read it, but now I am. Anyways, we'll get to that when we get to that. First off, we have The Map of the Sky by Felix J Palma. I don't know what it is. Historical fantasy. That's all I know. But it's also translated, I think, from, I don't know, Spanish? It says he was born in Spain. So I'm gonna guess. Oh, I hope this isn't the second book. Because I just saw the first book is called The Map of Time. Oh well, if it is the second book, I'll have to get the first book. What a dilemma. Next, I have another fantasy called The Wolf by Leo Carew. Carew? I don't know. How would you say his name? I don't know. I remember this being on my TBR for a long while. I got it from the library, started reading it, and I was like, this is going to take me far too long to actually read. But I'm very interested, and it's got oh, Mum with us. That's cute. Next, I have Joanne M. Harris's Runemarks, which I am very excited to dive into. Again, I don't know what it's about, but I'm excited to read more Joanne M. Harris. We'll read any Joanne M. Harris, because I quite like the synopses for her books. They seem to be right up my alley. And then the last one I got from this pile. Oh, these are, by the way, from the Brotherhood of St. Lawrence. So they've got an online bookstore. So that was very exciting to see. Anyways, I got Skandar and the Unicorn Thief by A.F. Steadman. It's like a hardcover version where the thing is actually printed on the hardcover. And it's beautiful. And I'm very excited. Again, I don't know what it's about. Oh, what's got something written on here? Show me. Oh, that's cute. It was signed for a child. Or someone. The island is calling for you. Anyways, the next lot of used books. I have the first in the series. Now I have 2, 3, and 4. And that's the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. So I've got, I don't know what order these go in. Glint, Gleam, Glow. I just know it's a Midas retelling, King Midas retelling. So the Plated Prisoner is gold touched and forced to stay in this place where she's kind of in, well, she feels like she's in love with the king, and I think it goes from there. I think it's very different from how it starts off in later books, and I hear there's like no romance until later in, but should be a fun time. Next, I have the first 3 books of the Hades and Persephone retelling series by Scarlett St. Clair. I've got A Touch of Malice, A Touch of Ruin, and A Touch of Darkness. I think I did that in the opposite order. Oh well. like I said, Hades and Persephone retelling. I think it's supposed to be really dark, which I mean, Hades and Persephone, that's a dark story, and also really fun. If you've read, wherever I've put them now, the Lore Olympus series, I've read the first 2 or 3. That one's a good series for Hades and Persephone. Let's get on to the next pile. The next pile is fantasy books, and I've only got 3, which is pretty good for me. Then when you compare it to the fantasy romance and the romance sections, they have a lot more in them. Anyway, the first one is Fathomfolk by Eliza Chan. I just remember seeing lots of promo things for it on Instagram. I was like, must have. Yes, please. What's the dedication of this one? To Ken for giving me a place to call home. That's also sweet. But yeah, it's like East Asian mythology. Is there any like type, or is it just East Asian? Oh well. It sounded good. It hasn't had the best reviews, I don't think, but like, that's fine. I'm still excited to read it. Next, I have The City of Stardust. This one I hadn't heard of, by Georgia Summers. This one I hadn't heard of when I found it in Dimmicks, I think. But since then, I've seen a couple of people pick it up, and I'm very, very excited. Look how pretty this cover is, by the way. Oh. I don't remember what it's about at all. That's going to be the running theme of this. I don't know what these books are about. I have not read all but 1 or 2, really. But next one, Tonight I Burn by Katharine J. Adams. This is like a witchy book where she's supposed to like sacrifice herself or something for the good of the world or the good of her people or whatever. Next, we'll get, so that was a fantasy pile. Even though like my fantasy shelf, I've kind of like done stuff to it so it's not as crowded because the fantasy romance is now over there. Fantasy shelf still doesn't have any space. So even though I've only gotten 3 books for fantasy, it's probably not going to fit. Oh well. Anywho's. Next is the fantasy romance pile. Starting off with A Faint Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. This is like a Norse or Viking? Norse-inspired fantasy romance. I'm very excited for this book. Ooh, it's got pretty pictures on the pages. Well, not pages so much, but it's chapter headings. It's got like pictures like this, and I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, Norse mythology or Norse history, Norse-inspired fantasy romance. I don't know what I was trying to say. Saga of the Unfated, Book 1. Very excited for that one. Not as excited as I am, and I can't believe I haven't read this yet, but I've got the last 3 books in the Bonds That Tie series by J. Bree. So I've got Force Bonds, Tragic Bonds, and Unbroken Bonds. This follows Oleander Fallows, or Ollie for short, and she's basically on the run from her fated mates, or not fated mates, her bonds. And then they find her and bring her back, and she has to deal with the repercussions of her choices, as well as the repercussion of being back. Yes. Anywho's. We've got Twilight of Embers by Tessa Hale, Dragons of Ember Hollow Book 1. This is, I think, another White... Oh, that was a White Shoes series. This is another White Shoes series. This is the start of the White Shoes series. And it should be a fun time. I've heard good things about it. I think the second book comes out this month or something. I need to read it soon. And it's got dragons on the front. If you can't tell, I love dragons. But got dragons on the front. Next, I've got Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This one I have read. This one I read for this month for the Aurelium readathon. And I quite liked it. 4.5 stars. Not my favourite Ali Hazelwood book. I think only this one, Love on the Brain, and Stuck With You, I've given 4.5 stars. Everything else has been 5 stars from her. But it's still a really good time. Arranged marriage between a vampire and a werewolf, and what could go wrong? Next, what is this one about? This one is Court of Ravens and Ruin by Eliza Raine. I can't remember what this one's about, but it's got Dark Fae Prince and a Divine Human Woman and an arranged marriage. Sometimes I surprise myself with the books I buy because I can't remember what they're about, but then I read them again and it's like, oh, so cool. But yeah, this one should be a fun. It's got a map. Oh, it's got a tree map and a glossary and pronunciation guide. That is cool. Oh, that's because it's Norse. But look at the tree. How cool is that? How do you say that? How do you say it? Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. It's a tree of life and common name for the world of the 5 courts. Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. Anyways, another Norse-inspired fantasy. Then I've got The Last Dragon King by Leah Stone. I saw this at Dimmicks, and again I was like, that looks good. It's got dragons on the things. Can I show you? Got that dragon. Anyways, I'm excited. The Last Dragon King. I should have known there were dragons just because of the title, but anywho, I say that a lot in this video. I should probably stop, but my video, I can say what I want to an extent. Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Roerich. How do you say her name? Her last name, anyways. I've heard good things about this Lady of Darkness series from Ashleigh from A Frolic Through Fiction, and it should be a fun time. Yes. Okay, 3 more piles to go. One is like the biggest pile I have, I think, because 2 of the books are really long. But this one is equally as short as the fantasy books, and this is the darkish romance, and that is Hate, which is a Madison Kate book by Tate James. This is another white shoes, but like dark one. I think like she was set up, and then it's the guys who set her up. Oh, that's right, it's signed. That's cool. I was like, why is it pink in my book? I was like, okay, that's signed. Then I have Balance from the Off Balance series by Lucia Franco. This one is a coach and athlete story, and it's like, yeah, kind of, I think it's supposed to be kind of dark, but like not necessarily dark, but taboo in a way. And then the last one for this little pile is Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling. Oh, the big fluff came off that. And it's like a Medusa, like, retelling, but sapphic. I'm very excited. I've not tried a Gianna Darling book before, but I think if I like this, I'm going to try her motorcycle romance one. Her MC romance series, because I hear the good things about that, but this one is her newest release. And yeah, Medusa, sapphic, should be good. Now we get on to the biggest pile, which is just my contemporary romances. Anyways, first I've got Loving Romeo by Laura Pavlov. I've heard good things about it, and it's like, He is like a MMA fighter or some sort of boxer or something. And she wants to learn how to fight, and he's like, why? Like, who did this? Who's making you want to fight? And I've got the Boys of Toman books, book 1 and 2, Binding 13 and Keeping 13. These are the chunkers. Like, look at that. Look at that. These are going to be a fun time to read. But I think it's like American football. Rugby. Even better. I love rugby. Yeah. Rugby. Sports romance. But I think it's also in high school. But yeah. This was a thing from a recommendation from Jamie over from Jamie's library, and that is Here for the Right Reasons by Jodie McAllister. She's like, this is one of the best, well, not necessarily the best, but one of her favorite romance books, and I quite like it. It's like a game show thing, but like COVID happened, so if you don't like to read about COVID, don't read this book. And yeah, so she gets kicked out of this, not kicked out, she gets voted off or whatever. I don't watch those reality TV shows like The Bachelor, Love Island, that sort of stuff. I don't watch, yeah, it's called Love Island. I don't watch that kind of TV. I don't watch much TV anyways, but it's like one of those ones, and she's voted off or kicked off or whatever that happens. She doesn't get a rose or whatever. But then COVID strikes and they're all stuck. They're all stuck on this island, and she kind of falls in love with the hero, and the hero falls in love with her. Next, we have Better Hate Than Never by Chloe Leese. This is the sequel to Two Wrongs Make a Right. I am a massive fan of Much Ado About Nothing, which is what the first book was about. This one is Taming of the Shrew, which is another Shakespeare retelling, and I think just based on the last sister's name, the last one is going to be a Romeo and Juliet retelling, which was going to be interesting. But this one, yes, is Taming of the Shrew. We have Katarina and Christopher. Katrina and Christopher. I don't know. Katrina, I don't know. But yeah, Kate and Chris. And they hate each other, but then they love each other. That's great. Well, it will be great. I haven't read it yet. Then I've got Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. This one is just about a girl abroad, where she lives in London. I would love to live in London. Is it for the price of everything? Like, you breathe and it's like, so expensive. But yes, I love London. Been there a few times, but I think I'm gonna stay in Australia. Yes. Then I have The Love Contract by Sophie Lark. This is like a fake boyfriend thing where they fall in love. Oh, look at that picture. Theo Mahoney. So one of the guy. Sullivan Rivers. So one of Sullivan. Sullivan! Yes, there is. Look at that. Anyways. Yeah. It's supposed to be cute. Well, that's what Sophie says about the books. It's supposed to be cute. What is wrong with this book? It's been cut funny. Anyways, the next book is Punk 57. It's been cut funny. So, like, this bit's freaking out. Yeah, Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. This book is one of their most famous books. Like, this and Birthday Girl. It's a high school bully romance. It's supposed to be really dark. Oh, I should put this with my dark books. Oh well. Yeah. I'm excited for it. This one I've read like a long time ago, but I've been wanting to reread it, and I thought, this is a cute cover. May as well get it. And that's The Deal by Elle Kennedy. Another Elle Kennedy book. This is a hockey, like college hockey romance. Sports romance thing. Basically she wants lessons on how to get this guy, and the hero teaches her how to be more comfortable with herself and gives her lessons in how to get the guy. Yeah. And lucky last for this pile is The Breakup Tour by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broker. This is, I think they're married now. If not, they're like engaged or something. They've been together writing books for a long time. I've read some of their YA books, and I've read the roughest draft by them as well, which that was good. This one, she kind of looks like Taylor Swift, doesn't she? I think she does. Anywho. Said it again. Basically, from what I remember about the synopsis for this one, she writes a song or this album, and the ex-husband's like, oh, it's all about me, I should get some rights to this stuff. And she's like, no, not about you, it's actually about my other ex, or another one of my exes. And then she gets that ex to come on tour with her, and then it sparks fly. Oh, Tessa. Okay, lucky last pile. This is more like miscellaneous stuff. First, I caved into the hype. I got The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. I'm not the biggest audiobook person. I'm trying to be an audiobook person. But I like reading memoirs more than listening to them, usually. Especially when they're not read by the author. But I don't think I could listen to a whole book read by Britney Spears. But yeah, this is apparently really good. If you haven't read it, you can join my club and we can not read it and now read it. I don't know what I'm saying. Who knows what I'm saying ever. Then I have a manhwa. I've got A Business Proposal Volume 3. I read all of these on Tapas a while ago, and now I'm just collecting the physical copies because I love them. This is one of my favorite manga manhwa series. I think my absolute favorite is Positively Yours, but that's not available in hard copy, so we're gonna go with what we can. Next, this was one of my most anticipated books for last year, and it came to me finally in like the end of January, I think, mid to end of January, and that's Our Cursed Love by Julie Abe. I haven't read it yet. I really should have. 6 Days to Remember, Love or Lose Him Forever. Basically, I think she has to get him to fall in love with her, otherwise he forgets her or something. Something like that. But it's Julie Abe, one of my order by authors. I love her stuff, whether it be YA or middle grade. I love her work. I think I haven't given her below 5 stars before, so. And I've got 2 of her books on my TBR. This one and Aliana, Girl of Dragons, which I really should have read by now, but oh well. Next book that's one of my order by authors is ASAP by Axie O. This is the follow-up to XOXO by the same author, and it's following these 2 characters. It's like Nathaniel and what's her name? Sori. S-O-R-I. Sori. And Nathaniel. Basically, Nathaniel's part of this. It's like a second chance romance. Nathaniel's part of the group XOXO, and his ex-girlfriend is Sori. And yeah, it's about their second chance at love. And I loved XOXO. I'm about to say this title. One of my absolute favorite books, so I'm very excited about this one. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I really want to read it this month. But I just read Bride, and Bride was not a 5 stars, even though most of Ali Hazelwood's books are 5 stars for me. And I don't want to jinx it, this book, and it not be a 5 stars, just because I'm not in the headspace for it to be 5 stars, even though I really want it to be 5 stars. And now I'm talking too fast. Okay. Then I have Delegate Dream Department Store by Mia Lee. The dream you ordered is sold out. It's a Korean #1 bestseller. Look how bright this cover is. Like, look at it. Look. It's so colorful, and I am excited to read a translated fiction about a dream department store. Yeah. Then I was making this order to Amazon, which I know, not good of me, but sometimes it's the only place to get books, because Booktopia doesn't get everything. Demix definitely doesn't get everything. So I sometimes have to go to Amazon. But I thought I was going to pick up a new Alice in Wonderland book. Well, not new, but like a new copy of it. And it's got like, it's set up differently. It kind of feels like one that you write your notes in for class or something, or school. And yeah, that could be fun to actually annotate Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. Lucky last book is In Focus, Astrology, Your Personal Guide by Sasha Fenton. I have In Focus Tarot, and that is one of my go-to books. Well, my only go-to book for tarot reading. So I thought astrology. These books are really good at breaking down what you need to know about tarot, astrology, whatever the book is about. And it's like, makes it really simple for you. Like if you're a beginner, it makes it really simple rather than assuming you know something about it. It's like, hello newbie, take my hand. And it's great, and I'm really excited to go through this one. Okay, so that is my book haul from the past 3 months? Yeah. So some of these I pre-ordered from last year, some of these I bought, most of these I bought this year. So, bye-bye, no bye. I tried for like 2 months, and then, or 1.5 months, and then yeah, mid-Feb came around, and then I got super anxious. And what do I do when I'm super anxious? I buy books. Yeah. So yeah, that is 42 books to add to my TBR. Well, not exactly, because I've read some of them before already. But yeah. If you've made it this far into the video, please comment the unicorn emoji, or like a mythical creature emoji for Skandar and the unicorn thief. Or if you want to leave an actual comment, tell me which one I should get to first. Like which book is like calling to you from my terrible descriptions, or from the covers that I showed you. Yeah. Anyways, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, all that jazz. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.